go.
Hey, welcome back, Buck Broadcasters! Now, I know it's been a while since our last episode, but don't worry. We here at the Buck Bros Podcast have been working hard behind the scenes to give you guys brand new ways to read, listen, and watch your favorite Buck Bros as we break down anything and everything that is Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. With that said, I am super stoked to share with y'all some exciting news for our upcoming season. But first, I want to make sure you guys know each and every way you can follow us for this upcoming season. As always, we'll be posting new YouTube videos with brand new content, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Don't have YouTube or don't have a time for YouTube? No worries. We're officially on Twitter. So follow us at Buck Bros to catch up on all the latest and greatest and for links to our podcast. Now, for the big announcement. Drum roll, please. We here at the Buck Bros Podcast are pleased to announce that for this upcoming season, we will be releasing an all-new inclusive website just for you guys. That's right, Buck Broadcasters. Log on to your nearest internet browser and type in www.buckbros.com to find all the latest and greatest the Buck Bros have to offer. This site's going to include in-depth game analysis, preseason and regular season reports, side stories about some of our favorite Buccaneer moments, and of course links and downloads to the greatest podcast solely dedicated to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. We here at the Buck Bros Podcast are super excited and so stoked about this, so make sure you guys tune in for the official launch video. While there has been a lot going on here at the Buck Bros Podcast since the end of last season, even more has been going on at one Buccaneer place. So let's throw it over to Ryan so he can give us an off-season recap so far.
Hey guys, so before we get into our ideal first round draft scenarios, let's go over the Bucs offseason. I'll be reviewing all the big names and trades, so there may be some transactions I do not touch upon. So for a full list, I suggest you check out the transactions on the Buccaneers websites. I'll make sure to put a link for it in the description below. Let's begin. The biggest news this offseason is, of course, the new coaching hire. The Bucs hired former Arizona head coach Bruce Arians on January 8th. To facilitate this hire, the Bucs ended up trading their 2019 6th-round pick to the Arizona Cardinals for a 7th-round pick in the 2019 draft. Keep this in mind, we'll get to it later. Arians quickly filled up his coaching staff, hiring long-term friend and former New York Jets head coach Todd Bowles as the defensive coordinator. A week after that, Arians named Byron Leftwich, a former Buccaneers quarterback, as the offensive coordinator. And by the end of January, an entire coaching staff had been hired. Thus, we enter the Bruce Arians era of Buccaneers football. With the coaching staff accounted for, the Bucs look to sign some key additions this offseason. The Bucs signed running back Andre Ellington in mid-February. Ellington has previously worked with Arians in his Cardinal days as a change of pace back. A big re-signing with the Bucs was Donovan Smith. He'll shore up our left tackle position for the next 3 years. Other notable re-signings are kicker Cairo Santos and running back Peyton Barber, both of whom signed 1-year contracts with the Bucs. In free agency, the Bucs snagged wide receiver and former first-round pick Brashad Perriman from the Ravens, linebacker Deion Buchanan from the Arizona Cardinals, linebacker or edge rusher Shaq Barrett from the Denver Broncos, and quarterback from the Titans, Blaine Gabbert. While signing some key guys over the offseason, we also had some key losses. The Buccaneers released veteran contributors such as defensive end Vinnie Curry, punter Brian Enger, and defensive tackle Mitch Unrein. We also traded Deshaun Jackson along with a 2020 7th round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles in return for a 2019 sixth-round pick. I told you we would revisit it. Probably the most notable losses this offseason are linebacker Quan Alexander, who signed with the 49ers, and wide receiver Adam Humphries, who is now a Titan. That wraps it up for the offseason review. Again, these are just notable players. If you want a full list, I suggest you check out the link below. But for now, let's head into the most exciting part of the offseason, the draft. While the Buck Bros wait for the 2019 season to begin, we wanted to do something fun. And with the draft so close, we wanted to see what would our ideal scenario be for the first round. The Bucks have the 5th overall selection in the first round this draft. And for my ideal scenario, I hope we keep that pick, and with it, we draft Josh Allen out of Kentucky. Edge rushing is something every team looks for, and Allen has been consistently ranked as a top 5 talent by every evaluator for this year's draft. I know from personal experience, having watched a lot of Florida Gator games, just how disruptive this guy can be. His combine numbers are off the charts. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.63 seconds and did 28 reps on the bench. These numbers are comparable to the consensus #1 best talent available, Nick Bosa. He's not just combine numbers too. His 17 sacks in his senior year at Kentucky make him one of the premium pass rushing prospects in this year's draft. With our defensive scheme change under defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, Allen makes an ideal pick for the edge rushing / outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. Unfortunately, many mock drafts have him drafted before the Bucks can even select, but being that this is an ideal scenario, I say he's still available at the 5th pick and the Bucks snag him up. Bucks fans rejoice, we just got one of the best talents we can get.
If you guys been following a lot of those draft nicks out there, a lot of the most recent mock drafts have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selecting LSU linebacker Devin White 5th overall. But here at the Buck Bros podcast, we're not your average draft nicks. No, we like to think outside the box. So with that said, my ideal first round pick for the 2019 NFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Devin White, linebacker, LSU. All right, so maybe we don't think that far outside the box. But I do think that Devin White is exactly what the Bucks need to help anchor their new look 3-4 defense under Todd Bowles. Now, you can argue that having an elite edge rusher like a Josh Allen is what makes a 3-4 defense great. But I believe it's instinctive and quick attacking linebackers that really make it a great defense. And Devin White has all of those qualities and then some. In 2018, this guy had 123 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and most importantly, 6 passes defended. Oh, man. So not only can this guy make tackles and get to the quarterback, he can defend the pass as well. And pairing him with Levante David and Deion Buchanan for the upcoming season, suddenly the loss of Quan Alexander doesn't seem to be as big as a loss as we thought going into the season. So for me, I hope the draft nicks get this one right, and Devin White changes his purple and yellow stripes for some pewter and red. Go Bucks!
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. We pillage, we plunder, we rifle and loot. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. We kidnap and ravage and don't give a hoot. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.